How did you come up with the name Ctreo?
Oh man, it's a funny story actually. Believe it or not, I'm a fan of The Matrix. It's one of my favorite
Mm.
movies, and as you know, the guy, his Keanu Reeves' character name was Neo, and I always loved the stuff that he did in the movies. But when I was younger, I came up with the name Ctreo because I didn't want to keep that name because I used to be my friends used to call me Neo because of all the stuff I was
Mm.
doing when I was younger, but I didn't want to keep
Wow.
that, so I changed it to Ctreo because it was different. No one used it, and I really didn't expect it to go that far with the name, but I liked it. Actually, liked it myself, and then other people kept
Mhm.
calling me that. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it. Just gonna keep
Wow.
it.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay, okay. So how did you get into telekinesis and stuff like that? And could you tell me a little bit about your background? I noticed that are a martial artist as well. So
Yes, yes, I am. Okay, so I started doing martial arts when I was about 7 or 8 years old.
mhm, mhm,
My dad started training me, and he's
mhm,
been training for years. Then had other family members who did martial arts or whatever trained
mhm.
me, and then I actually met some people throughout my years that showed me a lot of things. Like I never went to, well, I did go to a dojo, but that didn't last too long. But most of my teachings were from other senseis and whatnot, and I always loved martial arts. So what they told me, I just worked on my foundation and just gradually, just made that stronger and stronger. Kinetics didn't come in until probably when I was about 13 or 14. I played a
Wow.
game, right? It's crazy. I played a game called PsyOps, where you play as a military soldier with psychic abilities,
Uh-huh.
and it was very interesting. I was like, "Oh man, I wish that was really possible. That seems fun." But on the game, it had a bonus feature where it actually talked about the military using psychic abilities. So I was like, "Is that
Mm.
real? There's no way that's real." So I did my own research on the military, and then found out that they actually practice, remote vision, pyrokinesis, um, ESP techniques and whatnot. So I was like, okay, this is
Wow.
interesting. So I started doing research. I didn't. I wasn't really serious into it until probably like 5, 7 years afterwards. I just seen it as more of a little fun thing to do until over the time as you get studies in some type of art like that, you start maturing in that specific area.
Wow.
So yeah, it started from me learning from a game, and then from there I just kept moving on with it and just kept studying and studying
Wow.
and being more aware. So it's very very. I'm glad I played that video game because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. And then there was
Wow.
other factors that allowed me to progress in my training even farther
Wow.
to where it was more serious rather than just for play.
Wow. So
Yep.
how did you develop your like key techniques and stuff like that? And I like the fact that you say key because like I'm from Japan as well, and I like to say key rather
That's
than
awesome.
chi. So yeah, the QI,
Right, that's
so
awesome.
CHI.
Yeah.
I like the KI better. So
Right.
yeah.
I mean, same here. Same here. I love it. I love it better too. It's and it has a bad rep with the KI version. I understand it because people with traditional Qigong methods and whatnot. But
Hmm.
I lost your question. What's your question again? My bad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was asking. Sorry, I forgot. I
I
totally
think
forgot.
it's about
But
using
yeah, I
key.
do like the fact that
Oh,
you.
okay. You said how did I develop my methods for
Oh yeah,
using
yeah.
key?
How did you develop your method? Yeah, like did you start training with like a side wheel, or were you just strictly pushing with key or?
Right. I first started with the side wheel, and because honestly, mostly everybody starts off with a side wheel. I started off with that. There were results here and there, or sometimes I didn't believe it was me or whatever. That didn't stay too long because personally, I don't believe a beginner can just have or a beginner has to stick on a side wheel. There's like other ways you can go about learning to build up your internal energy without having to just stick on like a certain stock method. But I
Mhm.
did practice with side wheel starting off. After that, I just mainly start meditating more and focus on trying to actually physically feel my energy because
Mm.
with doing research into learning about energy manipulation, um, a lot of it was just more visual rather than actually, using your senses so you can have a better understanding of energy in itself. And
Mm.
when it comes to multiple types of energy, like physical energy that we all produce every day, it's still a form of energy, mental energy, emotional energy. Um, but so yeah, after this, I did cyber for a little bit, and then like what made me really try different methods is probably going to sound a little childish, whatever, was watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Now, a lot of people,
Mm.
right? A lot of people will probably bash me on this, but those, if
I'm a
you,
DBZ fan as well. That's so awesome. Yeah.
right, it's amazing. But what people don't know though is that the creators of DBZ actually did their research into like Tao's abilities, martial arts and whatnot.
Oh,
So if you
really?
actually
Okay.
watch
Okay.
Dragon Ball, right? If you watch Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, they actually, um, and not to really put this out here in a weird way, but they actually do teach you stuff in those animes. But they get the
Mm.
information from the real sources. Now,
Wow.
if you listen to that, and then you actually do your research on that, you'll find deeper, you'll find more information on that specific subject. But
Wow.
I really push more towards the radical key training more than traditional methods. Still
Mm-hmm.
using traditional methods for to help build up energy and whatnot, but push more to rad key because you don't really see that many practitioners or whatever
Mm-hmm.
trying to
Mm-hmm.
learn or develop their abilities in a rad
Mm-hmm.
key sense. And
Mm-hmm.
it also has a bad rep, mainly
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of younger younger audience want to do that hardcore DBZ type of stuff, Naruto
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sorry to cut you off. Are you a Naruto fan as well?
I do like Naruto, yes.
Awesome, awesome. Let's talk about anime for a minute. Do you watch anime a lot or?
Not a lot. Like the only two I watched was DBZ, Naruto. There's some other ones I watched like Kenichi and whatnot, or
Okay, okay.
uh, Baki the Grappler.
Oh, you
But I don't.
what? You watch?
Yes,
No way! I'm a huge fan of Baki. Nobody in America
yes.
knows Baki. So that's awesome.
Seriously, yes, Baki. Yes,
Wow.
Baki's one of my
Wow,
favorites.
that's so cool. Just let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm
But
kind of like you. I'm from Japan, by the way. I moved to the United States about
that's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm my parents were in the military and stuff. Well, my dad, not my mom, but yeah. I've done martial arts. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you come from like a karate background more, or
Eh, see, it's more mix of karate and kung fu.
okay,
It's
okay,
a
karate and kung fu.
mixture.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I come from. I don't really come from much of a striking background. I've done judo as a child, and then I did karate a little bit as well, but like mostly done judo. And then when I moved over to America, I wrestled, and then wrestled in college, and then got into MMA and BJJ and stuff like that. So I'm very grappling oriented, unlike you, who's more probably striking oriented. So yeah, so
yes, grappling is my weakness. I know a little bit of defense for grappling, but you'll probably destroy me in that. So,
yeah. So you're not really into probably more into the traditional martial arts. You're not really into mixed martial arts, I'm assuming. Like
not today's mixed martial arts, not really, because from what I've been seeing, they don't really focus on the foundation of real conditioning. And in the way it is, mixed martial arts means mixed martial arts, different art forms and whatnot.
mhm.
Nowadays, all you see is the basic Muay Thai, not even real traditional Muay Thai, how it's supposed to be. Some boxing, kickboxing, stuff like that, BBJ. That's still martial arts, but martial arts is all the categories of martial arts. And
Mhm.
and from their perspective, martial arts really is not about fighting anyway. It's about self betterment and
Mhm.
defense.
Mhm.
But the way the modern society is with the system is just completely weird. Even with the karate schools, like I'm not knocking anybody's style or anything. It's just the way the system is being taught.
Mhm.
Like anybody can get a belt. You see what I'm saying? You can be a 5-year-old with a black belt. And
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm more to the old school of actually spending those months of conditioning your body, working the basics, mastering your basics before you move up to a more advanced
Yeah,
skill.
yeah, and I totally agree with what you said about the belts, because to me, like the belt, because like for instance, I have a black belt in judo, but I haven't practiced judo in almost 15 years. I mean, I probably get destroyed right now if I step on that, tatami, so, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah. So
I
it's
get
just,
you. Yep. Yep.
yeah. So, I mean, like, for me, and it's like, I don't even remember like half the moves and stuff. Like, I probably get destroyed by a what? Well, I mean, I do, but I mean, can I do it now? I mean, I haven't done a Uchimata in like, 15 years. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right. I know.
can
Yeah.
I,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Can I, yeah, can I execute those nowadays? I mean, probably not. So, so yeah, so yeah, so I mean, I totally know what you mean. Like, I'm not a big, I've never really been a big fan of the idea of belts. That's always been kind of weird for me. So yeah,
Right.
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 So yeah, I mean, man, I can, I mean, maybe, I don't really want to talk about martial arts because I mean, my channel is mostly about spirituality, but I mean, but yeah,
Right.
martial
Right.
arts has certainly had such a, tremendous impact on my life. And I'm sure it has for you as well. So I want to talk more about the energy stuff. So like, how many hours would you say you train a day, when it comes to energy work?
Oh, now it has slimmed down. I'm still training. It
Mm-hmm,
has slimmed down only
mm-hmm,
because of work and whatnot and
mm-hmm.
all this other crap. But before I would train probably like 6, 8 hours a day out of and probably
Wow.
like 4 or 5 days a week.
Wow.
Like not as hard. I want to do it more hardcore, but I've had times where I would literally train an entire day, and
Mm.
I would make myself sick after like literally the next day I couldn't get up.
Wow. Wow.
I had to realize to not do that anymore. But I do like the
Wow.
hardcore training because it more like it does lead more to the radical side,
Right.
and you can learn about it. Well, learn more about yourself with the hardcore intense training. See how much you can
Mhm.
withstand and whatnot. Because
Right.
even just doing energy blasts, you're still working your physical body in some sort of
Mhm.
way. So either if you're using force or if you're not using force, whatever, you're still working your body. But also notice something that even though it is spiritual energy, it still does affect your physical. As I said before,
Right.
I would
Right.
spend an entire day blasting, and I noticed this happened twice to me. I noticed that each time I did a blast, my body got colder and colder and colder, but I was hot at the same time to where I had to take my shirt off because
Mhm.
I'm moving. And
Mhm.
then after that, I just got to the point where I was like, I feel really, really drained. I'm just gonna go to sleep. And then the next day, I couldn't even
Mm.
get up.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay.
I
Interesting.
stopped that hardcore craziness.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, like, so what exactly would you say you do? Like, do you just like push key out of your hands? Like, is that mainly what you do in front of a certain object, or,
Okay,
like?
so yeah, so usually what I would do would be first I focus my energy in my dancing,
Mhm.
then I bring it up into my hand,
Mm.
and this is harder than people think. Bring your energy out, like from internal to out, takes
Mhm.
more control and more concentration because if it's in
Mhm.
your body,
Mhm.
just by thinking about energy being in your hand, it goes there automatically.
Mhm.
Without having you actually really consciously do anything. But to bring it out requires another level of focus. But when
Mm.
I do that, I don't just shoot my energy at an object. I'm focused on. Let's see, a lot of things happen. I focus on the object. I focus
Mhm.
on building intent on
Mhm.
me knocking down the object or pushing the object, whatever
Mhm.
it is, as well as the space behind the object, while
Mhm.
also trying to create emotion. So, like, if you add all these factors, you'll have a better effect on it. Now, there's good days and there's bad days. I'm pretty sure every kinetic can say that.
Mhm.
Everything's not gonna be perfect.
Mhm.
But also with the Reiki training, though, I do notice that with some blast, I'm still trying to figure this out because everybody still learns.
Mhm.
There are blasts that will be way more powerful than any other ones I've ever done. You see what I'm saying? Where I would
Mm.
use way less force, and then a can or a thick piece of cardboard or something will fall, and I'm like, how did that
Mhm.
just happen?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's still different because one is not traditional. Traditional methods can teach you some other stuff. With
Mhm.
Reiki, it's a whole different type of environment a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just focus energy, focus on the target, build up the intent, and do it that way. If I want to build up my energy itself without blasting, I'll just
Mhm.
meditate on moving my energy throughout my entire body as well as on
Right.
the outside.
Right.
Well, I first want to show people. that anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because throughout my life, everybody been telling me it's not possible. You know, no, even if it's just not an energy manipulation, if it's just something that's too far fetched for everybody else. But I do want to show people that when it comes to this type of art, that you can do it. You know, especially in this form right now. People say you can't if you that you can't do a like a Kamehameha type beam or
Mm-hmm.
levitate. You see what I'm saying, or fly, whatever, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show people that you can do it. You see what I'm saying, but at the same time, also build up people spiritually in a positive tone. So that is my overall goal with moving forward in this art.
Okay.
Um, with TK, I do like the moving objects and whatnot, but my folk that's TK more just helped me to control my energy in a subtle manner. So that is pretty much of a break from Red Key because Red Key is more intense. With TK, it allows me to be more calm and whatnot. So, but my main goal with energy probably be to levitate and whatnot. Um,
Mm.
have my energy have a much more bigger physical effect on objects, like a chair or something, or putting a
Mm.
hole through a wall, because anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been other energy masters that can do some things on a lower scale. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to show people that you can really build it up there. You just got to have an open mind. I made a
Right.
quote, right? I made a quote not too long ago on my old website, and I was saying, impossibility comes from a limited mind.
I'm
And people
sorry.
need
Did
to
you say
realize
you have a website?
I had it, but I shut it down on due to the fact that it was too many childish things going on there, and people really wasn't trying to actually train to build up themselves spiritually. I am
Oh,
going to
okay,
bring
okay.
it back, but not at the moment, not yet. It's coming back though.
Okay, awesome. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to that for sure. So let's see what else I want to ask you. So like you mentioned like so you never really enrolled in schools like I mean there's within the telekinesis community it's a very small community. You never really enrolled in like the schools such as like Trevor Seven School or like the Avatar Energy Master Institute or any of these schools. You never learned from any of the masters, so to speak, or
I have not. I haven't. I did like see. Okay, actually, before I heard about Trevor and Avatar Energy Institute, there
mm-hmm.
was a website called mytelekinesis.com,
Oh really? I never
and
heard of that. Wow.
it was the biggest kinetic community. I mean, giant. People from all over I mean, people of all types of levels and whatnot
Wow. How
said
long ago was this, sorry?
this probably, oh man, probably over a decade ago.
Wow, okay. That yeah,
But
yeah.
okay, but it was from, yeah, it had a lot of unorthodox things, not weird teachings. But I did learn my first bit of electrokinesis from someone on that
Oh,
website.
okay, okay.
I forgot what the person's name was. It was a female actually, but she trained me. In my fifth day of training, I actually created a spark on my hand, and I had it on video. I had it on video, and my camera broke. My old camera broke. Made me so upset.
Wow, okay, okay.
I was happy from there, but then the website got shut down, so that's when I started going on YouTube and look for other kinetics out there. And there was a
Oh,
lot of people out there, but the people that really stuck out to me were Trevor Seven, Michael Grubb, and that's when I found out Michael had the website, Trevor had the website, and some other
mm,
connects out there too. Um,
okay, okay.
but I did want to join. I did want to join the Avatar Institute,
Mm-hmm.
but at time financially, I just couldn't. So what I did was go to Trevor's website, get some free information, just increase my knowledge on what I do know now, and just work
Mm-hmm.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like as another quote that I do tell people, because there's no right there is no one right way to train. But the quote is, there are many paths to the top of the mountain, but the view
Mm-hmm.
is always the same. That's the actual Chinese proverb. But basically what that means is you can take your own path, and you can still reach that same level. of
Mm-hmm.
skill as someone else who took an entire different path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, I tried action projection, but that's been a lot of failures. The only thing I could do with that was just probably like see my spirit arm, and that's as far
Mm.
as it really goes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I also seen creatures and whatnot, or different types of orbs in the spirit realm. Because I one thing I can do is I can enter sleep paralysis like this. I can do that like at least 20 times over to where I can get to that
Mm.
astral project. It's just getting out the body is the hard part for me.
Mm. Okay.
Besides
Okay.
that, I've tried remote vision before, and I'm pretty sure this is a form of it. But back then it was called something different. It was called televisualization. I first stumbled
Mm.
upon this when I was in high school. I had my head sleep on the desk, and
Mm.
I seen like a TV with something on it, and it felt like my eyes were open, like I was actually like how we're seeing right now. It felt
Mm-hmm.
like that's what I was looking at until I opened my eyes and realized my head was down. I was looking at the desk. I'm getting up like,
Mm-hmm.
what the heck just
Mm-hmm.
happened? So after that, I started having more remote vision experiences where I would see different types of locations. Excuse me. And I know the only way I can do that is I have to enter like a it's like my brainwave changes. I think it's like theta or delta, one of those. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing research on that, but
Mm-hmm.
more I had to be more in the like a very relaxed, almost sleep kind of state, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's when if I focus, whatever, if I could just put a thought in my head, and then a vision or of a location or whatever just pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to practice with that, so I can master that.
Mm-hmm.
But besides, yeah, TK remote vision. Um, Astro still trying to work on that. Levitation, I have been working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I have not successfully levitated yet, but I
Mm-hmm.
am to the point where I'm feeling very, very light on my feet. And I've gotten my energy to the point where I can use it to increase my physical capabilities because I also do parkour. So
Oh,
using my
okay.
energy,
Okay.
right? Using my energy to like for bigger jumps or whatnot, or have a more flowing type of flip movement. It does work.
Mm.
It does work. But I do want to increase that arsenal. Like there's other abilities, like other kinetic abilities, I could probably work on. But my main focus right now is levitation, getting my energy physically stronger, and
Right.
then TK
And when you say
side
levitation, you mean like levitating yourself or an object?
myself.
Yourself.
Myself.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that must be very difficult.
It
Be really
is
cool if you could
like I
pull it
said,
off.
it is very, very difficult. Probably not a probable technique right now, but I know I'm close because if just, stand here, if I just focus my energy to my feet, or not just my feet, but let's run my entire body
Mm-hmm.
and go to lift myself up, I can feel the lightness immediately. It's just, I got
Mm.
to consistently keep practicing at it to get it. I will get it though, because that's even one of the main things I put on my channel. I
Nice.
will
Nice.
achieve human meditation. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Nice.
I'm not
Nice.
going to
That's
stop.
awesome. I love that attitude. I believe anything is possible. So,
Exactly. First, because what I realized over the years, we all have electricity in our body. All right, bioelectricity. Everybody has that.
mm-hmm.
Everybody have a bioelectromagnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
Using your energy to control that field, it
Mm-hmm.
makes especially when it comes to EK, a lot of these or any other abilities, that
Mm-hmm.
much easier. But with electrokinesis, it depends on the performance, what I'm trying to do with it. That determines what technique I use. For instance, when I was making the laptop work, that required, that was a lot of electric energy,
Mm-hmm.
bioelectric energy, but it also faith played a big part in it too,
Mm-hmm.
because that laptop was a piece of crap and it couldn't come on at all. So
Mm-hmm.
usually, what I would have the energy just go into the laptop. Oh no, my phone's about to die. That's not good. So I can pull. Give me 1 second. Oh no! Shoot, I forgot this charger piece is messed up. I got like 5%. I hope my phone does die. But anyway, I'm gonna try. Let me get to this. But with that technique with the laptop, I just send my energy to the laptop and focus on the bioelectricity going from my hand into the laptop,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the motherboard,
Mm-hmm.
while also mentally programming it to come on. Now, you know, anything can happen. It could work. It could not work. I realized that.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, with progression, practice, it does work. That's why I was able to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
With the like now with the thunder with the lightning that I did a long time ago, that was different. That was energy on my part, but throughout that entire day, I just felt really connected to nature.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's a different type of energy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you